Hi, this is Lena, and this is book number 52 on my 100 book goal. And so it is called How to Build a Girl by Caitlin Moran, and it was, I picked it up, or I started listening to it because I needed an audiobook, and as I was scrolling through the ones available, it came up, and so just by happenstance I chose it. And so far, as I listened to the book, it was one of those, it made me laugh out loud several times, and so it was really funny. It made me uncomfortable at times because it is very graphic, and she's very graphic about how she talks about things. And the language was pretty strong. So the story is about a young girl who is English, and so that's another aspect of, I love listening to any of the audiobooks that are narrated with someone who speaks in a foreign accent, and the English accent is fun for me to listen to. And so the story is about a young girl who is living with a family who doesn't have very much money because her father is on disability, and they are getting benefits from the government. And so, she's looking for ways to, number one, build her identity and figure out who she is. And she's very hyper aware of her sexuality, or lack thereof, at a, early teenage year. And it graphically goes into some things, talking about her discovering and exploring her sexuality. And like I said, the language was pretty strong in it too. So those were some things that, I'm like, I cringed a little bit on some of it. But on the flip side of that, I literally can't tell you how many times I laughed out loud listening to the book. So she goes through, and the character is trying to figure out who she is and trying to build the person she wants to be. And it made me laugh because I could relate to that when you were a teenager and you thought about, here's the person I want to be. So we feel like, if I just dress this way and talk like them, or if I do the things that they're doing, then I can make myself that person. I can fake it until you make it. And so this is kind of her philosophy. And as an adult listening to it, you realize sometimes how silly it is, or how ridiculous we can be. But you also realize the truth of it, and growing up, that's, what most of us did. It's like, I want to be this kind of person, so that's what I'm going to strive to be. I thought that it was, an easy book to, to kind of get captivated in. I wanted to know her journey. It did get a little bit repetitive in that, some of the things that she kept kind of talking about or coming back to. But on the flip side of that, if you're not offended by language, or kind of, there's quite a bit of sex that she talks about, both with herself and with others in the book. But if that doesn't bother you, it did make me laugh. So it was funny. So I'm probably gonna go with maybe about a 3.5 stars on this one, if you care to check it out or listen to it. But just know that if you are listening to it, you might want to censor it, or you might want to be very aware of who's around you or who's in the car with you if you're listening in the car out loud. So check it out.